Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to Daily Update, my 1000 Day Challenge. This is day 321, so let's get things started. Alright, so first and foremost, you'll notice the balance is down further, like I mentioned. I went, I think, 3 trades yesterday. So one in terms of favor, in terms of Bitcoin hitting my target profit. The rest of the two actually hit the stop loss, so negative around $20 to $25 in terms of loss itself. So there's the basically the 0.5 R risk that was lost because I profited 1.5 R and I lost 2 R in that sense. All right, so in terms of the market structure update itself on the daily chart, you see not major change. So the only key thing is the ASHR or the China market side of things still remains to be looking bearish, especially for say ASHR itself. So switching back to the daily chart, let's go over there to ASHR. You can see, so definitely the 200 simple moving average is technically right now the key primary support. It was supported once, twice, and now potentially the third time. So even though we are still leaning towards the bullish side of things, do bear in mind that it falling so fast to there does show that there's been a lack of a buying pressure, and you can see that the rate candlestick itself are generally higher in terms of volume compared to the green days whereby the volume were a lot less. So this goes to show that sellers are actually more interested or more keen to step up in that perspective. All right, and similarly, if you're looking in terms of the KWAP itself, the red days are also numbering a lot more, and we are leaning towards the downside of things. But of course, this could be a very nice double bottom itself, especially if this itself is actually heavily supported. So we have to see today if we can actually break towards the upside, but if we do actually consolidate over this low over here, then tentatively we could fall the lower low, like I mentioned, towards this $58 or $55 region itself. So this could definitely be a region that's of interest if we were to fall directly close below it just as well. All right, and finally for Bitcoin itself, let me just move to the last one. So for Bitcoin itself, definitely yesterday we got a very nice bearish red candlestick itself. However, the volume isn't very strong, so that's one thing to bear in mind. And secondly, we are still nicely supported at this 20 exponential moving average on the daily chart. Do bear in mind that we have some form acted like a resistance one, but not a clear resistance. So potentially we will have somewhat like a death cross in the coming days, which is a 50 simple moving average and a 200 simple moving average crossing over. So I would say that this death cross is very likely to be inevitable that we'll see it. And regardless whether will we see further momentum and downside, potentially yes. But let's see how price react to it. In terms of long-term investment wise, I'm definitely still holding, both in terms of Bitcoin and Ethereum wise. In terms of altcoin itself, I'm holding also the key and stronger altcoins itself, those with a very established kind of ecosystem or very kind of strong support system in their ecosystem itself. But in terms of the weaker altcoins itself, you may consider cashing some of it out and the precaution itself, or of course you could just hold through if you believe that in the particular coins or tokens itself. So with that said, I've come to the end of the day, but just before I round it up, on the 4-hour chart itself, do bear in mind that we are still technically a little bit in between bullish and bearish bias because we have this 200 exponential moving average that price is below, but we are also nicely above the 200 simple moving average. So I would say that it's very hard for me to be a clear bullish or bearish sign, although we do see some rejection of this region itself. So overall, I would say that right now it's a consolidation phase. I wouldn't be looking to enter a long or short in terms of the 4-hour chart, which is why I mentioned over here, I'm just waiting for a clearer pattern for any price action trade. Other than that, that's more or less about it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.